back to the beginning with my Switch shirt. Go ahead and swap back to the sword. It's weak, but I'd rather go ahead and use it, be done with it, because I've got another one. But I don't want to waste that hammer. It's pretty strong. Never know when you might need that in a pinch. Oh no. Broke him. Wait a minute. Be gone, bat. What was that? Nope. Take this. And beat him. Oh, I woke him up. Hylian trousers. Okay. That's better. A little bit. What's this over here? Oh, Baco Club. You know, one of the things I've wondered about this game is what purpose did the Temple of Time serve in this story? Or in the past? What I mean by, like, you know, what purpose did it serve? Like, in Ocarina of Time, and I'm pretty sure in, like, Twilight Princess, yeah, in most of the games where the Temple of Time has stood, that was where the Master Sword was, you know, that was the resting place of the Master Sword. That was in Ocarina of Time, Wind Waker, and in Twilight Princess, you actually travel back in time to retrieve the sword. Or maybe not retrieve the sword, but you have to go through the Temple of Time as a dungeon. Spirit orbs offer great power. 4, okay. Yes. I usually try to do these, like, going back and forth. Like, I'll do a heart container, and then I'll do the spirit, the stamina wheel. Okay. At least What was that? I guess the game counted on me doing that. The blessing of the goddess has made you that much more resilient, I see. Here I am. Get up here quickly. Yes, sir, Mr. Ghost Guy. And the music in this game is wonderful. Like it's I don't know what they call this, but it's the Temple of Time theme that you hear in almost every game, but it's really slow and scattered into like pieces. I think people have called it like it's a broken version of the theme, and it's just so good. I mean, I'm saying things that people have already said 1,000 times at this point. And here we go.
Well done there, young one. Now then, the time has come to show you who I truly am. I was King Rome Bosphoramus Hyrule. I was the last leader of Hyrule, a kingdom which no longer exists.
Look at my Switch shirt. King Rom.
The Great Calamity was merciless. It devastated everything in its path, lo, a century ago. It was then that my life was taken away from me. And since that time, here I have remained in spirit form. I did not think it wise
Just
to
chilling outside my cave, huh?
Still fragile.
It's just an old man.
So rather than that, I thought it best to assume a temporary form. Forgive me. I think you are now ready. Ready to hear what happened 100 years ago. To know Calamity Ganon's true form, one must know the story from an age long past. The Demon King was born into this kingdom, but his transformation into malice created the horror you see now. Stories of Ganon were passed from generation to generation in the form of legends and fairy tales. But there was also a prophecy.
Now see, this is interesting.
The resurrection of Calamity Ganon are clear, and the power to oppose it lies dormant beneath the ground. We decided to heed the prophecy and began excavating large areas of land. It wasn't long before we discovered several ancient relics made by the hands.
I'm going to talk over this because this is an old game by now, but I think that a lot of this game's story is not just explaining the plot of this game, but is also preparing you for the Age of Calamity Hyrule Warriors game and the sequel game.
Who fought autonomously. This coincided with ancient legends, oft repeated throughout our land.
And this is a very unique game in that the legend of Ganon being passed down and his ability to reincarnate over time, this is the first time they've actually acknowledged it within the lore. I think this is the first time they actually say, like, oh, Ganon is a recurring evil in this universe, and we have to prepare for him because he will eventually return. Which is why I think that the sequel game, whenever we get that, and we get the story for that game, I think that's going to heavily play into. I think the resurrection cycle is going to be a big focus in the second game, and that I think that they tried to end the resurrection cycle.
And the rest of the champions were on the brink of sealing away Ganon. But nay. Ganon was cunning, and he responded with a plan beyond our imagining. from deep below Hyrule Castle, seize control of the Guardians and the Divine Beasts. Turn them against us. The champions lost their lives, those residing in the castle as well. The appointed knight, gravely wounded, collapsed while defending the princess. And thus, the kingdom of Hyrule was devastated absolutely by Calamity Ganon.
No on-screen deaths. They just tell you it all happened.
The princess survived to face Ganon alone.
Link, you are our final hope. The fate of Hyrule rests with you.
That princess was my own daughter, my dear Zelda. And the courageous knight who protected her right up to the very end. That knight was none other than you, Link. You fought valiantly when your fate took an unfortunate turn. And then, you were taken to the Shrine of Resurrection. Here you now stand, revitalized 100 years later.
You got killed, bro. Almost.
Hearing since your awakening are from Princess Zelda herself. Even now, as she works to restrain Ganon from within Hyrule Castle, she calls out for your help. However, my daughter's power will soon be exhausted. Once that happens, Ganon will freely regenerate himself, and nothing will stop him from consuming our land. Considering that I could not save my own kingdom, I have no right to ask this of you, Link. But I am powerless here. You must save her, my daughter, and do whatever it takes to annihilate Ganon. Somehow, Ganon has maintained control over all 4 divine beasts, as well as those guardians swarming around Hyrule Castle. I believe it would be quite reckless for you to head directly to the castle at this point. I suggest that you make your way east out to one of the villages in the wilderness. Follow the road out to Kakariko Village. There you will find the Elder Impa. She will tell you more about the path that lies ahead. Consult the map on your Sheikah slate for the precise location of Kakariko Village. Make your way past the twin summits of the dueling peaks. From there, follow the road as it proceeds north.
Got it. Go on. Here is the paraglider, just as I promised. Feels like forever since I asked him to give me that thing. Isolated plateau completed. We can now leave. With that, you should be able to safely fly off the cliffs surrounding this area. And I think that's it. I've told you everything I can. Link, you must save Hyrule. And there we go. Main quest, destroy Ganon. And main quest, seek out Impa. Let's grab this. Soldier's bow. Nice. So, yeah, the interesting thing about this game is that, of course, right off the bat, it gives you the main quest. Which is to go to that castle and defeat the main villain. And if I really wanted to, I could go attempt that right now, but there's no way I'd even make it to the castle. I am not a speed runner. I do not know all the tricks. I'm sure there are plenty of people who have figured it out. And, boy, I just about botched that. But anyway. Get my arrow that I shot accidentally back. There's one thing I want to do before we head off towards Kakariko Village. Which to do that... let's see. There it is. There. We've now selected it so that the map will now automatically tell us which direction we need to go. At least this isn't the master version or master quest version of this game where there's a Lionel up here. Got some apples. Oh, mushroom. Rushroom, actually. Some little birds. Yeah, this little cottage over here has got some stuff in it. Stamella shroom. Oh yeah, I forgot you can hunt the birds. The old man's diary read. Link. Bit by bit, you may come to realize who I am. I am sorry for not revealing my true identity to you sooner. The truth is, after you woke from your long slumber of restoration, I did not know how to tell you all there was to say. Perhaps deceiving you was not the right thing to do. Still, you must admit I put on a great performance. Laughing even as he's pretty much just a dead old man. But all joking aside, what I ask of you is of utmost importance, dear hero. I implore you with all my heart to defeat Calamity Ganon and save my precious daughter Zelda. I understand this is no simple task I am asking of you, but I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that you can do it. I do not doubt it for a moment. I see courage in your eyes, just as I did 100 years ago. I believe in you, Link. And yes, one more thing. I have left the warm doublet here as a gift of sorts. I'm sure it will be useful to you on your journey. You can also weather the cold with cooking alone, but You can also weather the cold with cooking alone, but I caution against it. There is no time for recklessness. We are all counting on you. And that's it. And this is yeah. So, I'd look more like Link, traditional Link, if I put that on. Wait, throw it. Break it. What's in there? A pepper.